Hey everyone, John Corey here, Marketing Director for McClinton Mitsubishi, and this is a 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander SE. And that is a 2022 Nissan Rogue SV. What's interesting is these two vehicles are related. They're sisters. They're not twins. Think of it more like the Nissan is Jessica Simpson and the Mitsubishi is Ashley. Today we're going to tell you what these sisters have in common and what's so different about them. So let's get started. So a little backstory. For those of you who don't know, Mitsubishi, Nissan, and Renault have an alliance together. We won't get into the details about it. You can Google it. But essentially, this alliance means that Mitsubishi is going to have a lot more cars coming forward, or hopefully more cars coming forward, that share a platform with either Nissan or Renault. And the first vehicle to be adapted for this was the Mitsubishi Outlander, the current one, from the Nissan Rogue. This generation of the Rogue was introduced for the 2021 model year, and this generation of the Outlander was introduced for the 2023 model year. I apologize, the 2022 model year. Honestly, they came out a few months apart, but one's a 2021 starting out, the other's a 2022. And as you can tell, this is a used Nissan Rogue. That's a brand new Outlander. We are not a Nissan dealership, so I had to wait until we got a pre-owned one in stock in order to film it. So I was super excited when I saw that we got this in on trade, because I've been wanting to compare these two vehicles for a while. Fun fact, when they first were introduced, they had the exact same engine, but that's no longer the case. But we're going to go through all that stuff here in just a minute and explain honestly why the Mitsubishi still to this day is the better value. But we're not going to compare all that just yet. I want to talk about the Rogue just really fast here in quick detail. First of all, it's made by Nissan here. It does have a turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. I apologize, I had to make this video in a hurry, so I do not remember the displacement. But it's a turbocharged 3 putting out 201 horsepower. It used to have the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, but now it has this upgraded engine. This is the SV, so if you're not familiar with Nissan's, SV is their mid-range trim, just like SE is the mid-range trim on the Outlander. And the reason why we are doing this trim is A, it's here and I have it available, but this is also the trim level that most people will be buying, regardless if you're buying the Rogue or if you're buying the Outlander. So here is the rear end styling of the Rogue. There is the rear end styling of the Outlander. So another thing that sets these vehicles apart is inside. The Rogue is only available as a 2-row. It can seat a maximum of 5 people, to where the Outlander is a 3-row. And of course, the 3rd row is folded. I should have checked that before I did this video. Oh well, I have flaws. But the 3rd row is indeed standard on the Outlander. So, I personally would prefer the 2-row seating myself. I don't have any children or anything, but it's a very small comparison as far as that goes. Now, if you have kids and you need a 3rd row, then the Outlander is definitely going to be the way to go. But if you don't, and you just have a small family, you don't need a 3rd row, the Rogue might be more tempting for you. And that engine is a big difference. Once again, 201 horsepower, turbocharged 3-cylinder, 2.5 liter, 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated. And I can tell you for a fact, from driving these both, I've got a lot more time with the Outlander than I do with the Rogue. But you can tell a difference in that 20 horsepower plus the turbocharging. Same transmission, they both have CVTs, but you can tell a big difference in the power between the two. However, as I know from working in this industry for almost 5 years, people looking for these vehicles aren't too concerned about the power. At the end of the day, they're more concerned with reliability, features, and all that fun stuff. And that is why the Nissan is losing to the Mitsubishi. Let's just go around and highlight a few things. First of all, this is once again the mid-level trim of the Outlander. But it has, oh, and I should say, these vehicles start within like $300 or $400 of each other. So just keep that in mind. So heated seats are standard on the SE Outlander, and on this SV Rogue, they are optional. So you can see there's no heated seats in this version of the Rogue. That third seat is also standard on the Outlander. It's not even an option here on the Rogue. Let's go over here and pop the hatch on the Outlander. Well, on the SE, boom, that's a standard power hatch. If we come over here to the Rogue, it's optional. So once again, they start within $300 of each other, or give or take, but there's already 3 features that are standard on the Outlander that are optional on the Rogue. My plate just fell. So that, just to recap so far, heated seats up front, 3 rows, 7 passengers, and a power liftgate are all standard on the Outlander. And 2 of those things, or 1 of those things, is not even available on the Rogue. So heated seats are optional, and the power liftgate is optional too. You know, I know a lot of people will say like looks don't matter. Trust me, I can tell you from my hinge profile, they do. But let's take a look at the styling here, which I know styling is subjective, but check out these 20-inch rims that are standard on the Outlander. 20-inch rims are not available on any trim of the Nissan. And you may be thinking, big deal, it's just a wheel. But people care about wheels these days more than ever. I will say that some of my most popular TikTok videos have been highlighting rims on different vehicles. So yes, rim size does matter, and if you want 20, you're not going to get it. And I believe these are 18s on this trim of the Rogue. 18s are the standard wheel size on the ES Outlander, which is a step below this one. You also get the headlight washers here on the all-wheel drive. Headlight washers are not available on the Rogue whatsoever. And the other thing I want to talk about is reliability. Now granted, these are very similar. You do have a different engine in that Nissan, but the Nissan doesn't even come close to the coverage that's offered with the Outlander, or standard with the Outlander. You get a 5-year, 60,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty with the Outlander. You get a 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty from the factory. And then we give you a 10-year, million-mile powertrain warranty as well. Now, that used Rogue, since you're buying it from us, you're getting that warranty as well. But if you were to buy this new, you're not getting a 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty or a 5-year, 60,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. So those are the big differences between the two. I want to point out some other similarities here, though. You can also see that like it has the Mitsubishi MyPilot. Nissan has a very similar system. The gauges are the exact same. The infotainment screen is the same in both these vehicles. Parking brake, both of them have electronic parking brakes. Both of them have the auto hold. The gear selector is the same in both vehicles. The steering wheel, though, is a little bit different. The Rogue actually has a little bit of a sport steering wheel, to where the Outlander is more traditional. But I want to point out those drive modes. With this being an all-wheel drive, this vehicle has 6 drive modes as well as downhill assist, including a snow mode, which is very, very important. Let's come over here and take a look at the Rogue. It has 5 drive modes with no downhill assist. So once again, we're building value into the Outlander as opposed to the Rogue. Now, I also want to point out the Pro Pilot Assist here in the Outlander, or sorry, here in the Rogue. I'm going to do that a lot today, I'm sure. But the Pro Pilot Assist is a little bit different than the Mitsubishi My Pilot. I will say that Mitsubishi My Pilot was easier to engage than it was on the Rogue. So just something to keep in mind. You can also tell that these seats are cloth here in the Rogue, where the seats in the Outlander are upgraded like a synthetic / suede material. So another thing to keep in mind. So those are the major differences here between the two vehicles. And it's going to come down to what you personally want. Now, I was dead set on a Rogue myself because I love that engine in it. And full disclosure, the engine is very nice. However, if I want more power out of an Outlander, I can just get one of those beauties sitting on the corner. That's a Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, which has 230 horsepower, the plug-in hybrid, 38 miles of electric range. The Rogue offers no hybrid vehicle whatsoever. So those are just some things to keep in mind here. This was a quick comparison between the two vehicles. Yes, I work for a Mitsubishi dealer and I've owned a couple Mitsubishis. But keep in mind, coming into this, I wanted a Rogue more. And after seeing these side by side in person and driving both, it's the Outlander for me, hands down. Between the styling, the value, and the warranty, there's no contest here. So if you'd like to know more, give us a call, 304-422-6501. Check us out online, mcclintonmitsubishi.com, and comment below. If you're nice, I'll respond back. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.